Hello everyone and welcome back to WCW Returns. I am the Basement Booker here. We are on episode 13 of WCW Tuesday Night Ignition. We have a lot of big things on the show. As you can see, we have 25 segments, so a lot is going on here. We have the WCW Championship match, Rhino versus Bobby Roode, as well as the WCW Tag Team Champions on a non-title match versus Motor City Machine Guns. Mick Foley's major announcement, which I think will be very exciting. I'm excited for it personally. And we're slowly building towards Halloween Havoc, and I honestly I think there's something different about Halloween Havoc compared to the first two. I just think there's gonna be something new to it. Like there's gonna be more guys that are integrated now into WCW, and I know that my roster is starting to get big, but I can't help myself, so that's what's gonna happen. So let's run to the show here and let's see how Tuesday Night Ignition goes tonight. So the show opens with Bobby Roode arriving to the arena holding the WCW Championship, and then it shows right afterwards Rhino arriving, ready for his battle for the WCW Championship. So Mick Foley cuts a masterful promo here, announcing this huge announcement to the world and WCW fans. And he says, starting next week on WCW Tuesday Night Ignition, we will be integrating the women in WCW. Tonight, there will be I'll show video 2 participants in the 8 women tournament. Next week, the matches will just be, I'm not going to say who's in them. There's just going to be a random draw, and I know who's in them, obviously, but I don't want the fans to know. I want the element of surprise of who's in this. But we are going to crown our first WCW Women's Champion on Halloween Havoc in a fatal 4-way, where the final 4 of this tournament will face off to have the right to be crowned the first WCW Women's Champion. So that is the big announcement, that the women's division is coming to WCW. And a video airs of 2 participants as Mick Foley points towards the Titantron of Ivelisse Velez and Leva Bates. Ivelisse is a Lucha Underground star, and Leva Bates is formerly known as Blue Pants of NXT. So as Mick Foley continues talking, MVP interrupts, and he says, "You know what? I don't really care about all the women that you're bringing in here. That's great, dandy, whatever. But I'm your most valuable player. I'm the United States champion." And Mick Foley goes, "Yeah, about that. I'd like to formally tell you that you will be defending the WCW Championship at Halloween Havoc once last time against Chris Hero. This is it. This is the last time you two will be facing us. So MVP, if you lose, there will be no rematch." That gets a 72. In the opening contest, we see a new debut of a new wrestler here in WCW. In a decent match, Rob Echoes defeats Shima Zion and Stu Sanders in 8:26, and Rob Echoes defeats Shima Zion with a Robbie Glory. So Rob Echoes, formerly known as Robbie E of TNA, is now here in WCW. Stu Sanders carried the match. Fun babyface gimmick, a below average. That's unfortunate. Zion a 43, Sanders a 61, Echoes a 49. So that's awesome. A new participant here in WCW, and he's improving in technical. Love it already. I already see some things. Right after the match, it shows Rob Echoes talking about his first WCW appearance, and that he picked up a victory in his first appearance, and that he is so excited to finally be here in a promotion like WCW, where he can finally build his resume to the moon. And a 51 rating. And about that decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Chris Hero defeats Marty Scurll in 6:21. Marty Scurll was disqualified. MVP ran and attacked Chris Hero. Scurll 44, Chris Hero 56. Chris Hero's improving in technical skills, and the storyline has advanced. 52 rating. In the ring, MVP and Scurll are beating down Chris Hero when Cody Rhodes' music hits and he runs down to fight them off. Both storylines have advanced. This turns into a tag team match, Teddy Long style. In a decent match, Chris Hero and Cody Rhodes defeated Marty Scurll and MVP in 12:18 when Chris Hero defeats MVP with a Superhero's Welcome. Marty Scurll was the weak link. Hero, Rhodes, and Scurll all getting better. MVP was off his game. Rhodes is 60, Hero is 62, MVP 57, Scurll 47. So that's awesome. Hero's improving in performance, and Scurll's improving in flying. Storyline 3 and 5 have both advanced. Backstage, Lance Hoyt and Harry Smith are standing around when all of a sudden Harry Smith sees somebody he recognizes as Natty Neidhart walks into the picture and says, and Harry Smith wants her to join her and Hoyt, and she goes, "No, sorry, I'm not here to manage like I was in other promotions. I'm here specifically to win the WCW Women's Championship and bring WCW's women's division to the top of professional wrestling." So we have 3 participants now in this women's tournament. We have Leva Bates, formerly known as Blue Pants, Ivelisse Velez from Lucha Underground, and now Natty Neidhart has joined the tournament. Roderick Strong comes to the ring, cuts a promo on himself, saying, "You know what? Since I've come to WCW, Aaron Stevens has been a real thorn in my side, and I think it's time we finally move on and start focusing on some things that are more important here in WCW, like potentially winning some gold here in WCW." He did a great job, 66. But Aaron Stevens interrupts, and he says, "Roddy, we need one more match." And he goes, "You know what? I'm so confident that I can defeat you, Roderick Strong, that we're going to put some wagers on this one. If I lose, Roderick Strong, if you lose, you must leave WCW." And Roddy answers back with, "Aaron Stevens, you lose, we're shaving your head." And with that challenge, Roderick Strong accepts. So at Halloween Havoc, it will be a one-on-one match, I don't want to put this right now, between Aaron Stevens and Roderick Strong, where if Roderick Strong loses, he will be forced to leave WCW. But if Aaron Stevens loses, his head will be shaved. We get an angle where the Young Bucks are backstage cutting a promo on their their opponents tonight, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, saying that they're obviously the WCW Tag Team Champions for a reason, and the Motor City Machine Guns just keep being a thorn in their side, and that they do not deserve the Tag Team Championship opportunity. And about the good wrestling, but didn't have much heat, Motor City Machine Guns defeat the Young Bucks in 11:46, and Alex Shelley defeats Nick Jackson by pinfall with an automatic midnight. Chris Sabin was the weak link. Nick Jackson got better as a gimmick. Both teams are amazing together. Alex Shelley 58, Sabin a 48, Nick Jackson at 80, Matt Jackson at 77. Storyline has advanced. What an amazing tag match. I'm so excited. Chris Sabin is improving performance, and so is Nick Jackson. So the Young Bucks are amazing in this game. I love it. After the match, Mick Foley comes onto the stage and announces that at Halloween Havoc, the WCW Tag Team Championships will be on the line, as the Motor City Machine Guns will face Matt and Nick Jackson. So that's another match booked for Halloween Havoc, the WCW Tag Team Championship. I'll do that after. Bram cuts a very creepy promo on RVD as he did last week with the voodoo type mindset. We're really starting to see where Bram's odd ball character is really going here. I'm very excited to really get this thing going with him. I'm just really being slow and deliberate with every part of his character at the moment. MVP is shown backstage after losing the tag team match talking to a mystery person on the phone, and we don't know who it is, but it seems as if that MVP is certain that he'll be at Halloween Havoc, but there's no confirmation from anybody on who could possibly be this guy that MVP was on the phone with. And about that subpar wrestling, a little heat. Bram defeats the Amazing Red in 5:49 with a brighter side of suffering. Bram a 51, Red a 41. No improvements. 50 rating. In the ring, Bram calls out RVD and challenges him to a match at Halloween Havoc, where it's going to be Bram versus RVD in a hardcore match at Halloween Havoc. So that's awesome. Both guys did great, and storyline has advanced. So after, a video airs hyping the WCW Championship match between Bobby Roode and Rhino that we will be seeing momentarily. Bobby Roode cuts a promo on Rhino, saying, you know what, It Fights Professional Wrestling has been put through all of this since WCW has begun throughout my career. Rhino, this is nothing different, man. The Authority always wants to try to take me down, and it's never going to happen. I am WCW's World Champion. I am the It Factor. My name, Bobby Roode. Rating 59. And in the main event of WCW Tuesday Night Ignition, and about that good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Rhino defeats Bobby Roode in 15-24 when Bobby Roode intentionally gets counted out. Rhino is visibly tiring. Bobby Roode is 70. Rhino is 64. No improvements. So Rhino does beat Bobby Roode in the main event here, but Bobby Roode intentionally gets counted out as he tries to walk away from the match. But that doesn't go over very well because Rhino chases him down and they brawl all the way to the back as Rhino gores him through a part of the Titantron and leaves him laying there holding the WCW Championship high and proud. Wow, and a rating of a 78. The show increased our popularity in 18 regions as that was the highest rated show we've ever had. And WCW is very much on its way to taking over the wrestling business, in my opinion. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I'm starting to get very excited where I'm going with WCW. I think things are really starting to pick up now. Obviously, if you liked the video, if you like any of the other videos, please like and go back and rewatch what's going on here in WCW. Please subscribe. Please comment if you think my ideas are going very well, or if you have any ideas. I'd love to see what you guys come up with and where I could integrate them into my ideas as well. But until then, I will see you on the next Tuesday Night Ignition, episode 14.